dear students, welcome to Sia's digital classes. Today we'll check in an example for mode for continuous data. Before in previous video we discussed by inspection how to do the mode. Here by using grouping table and analysis table how to identify mode. Let us check it out. Okay, so this is the continuous data they have given. In this mode we need to find out. So first what we have to do is check it out the table I made here. So this is how we have to make the table. We'll call it as grouping table. Let me explain how it goes on. So what you do is whatever the class intervals we have, that you add on as usual in the first column. Okay, so I have wrote here size they have given as a title, so I have considered it as size, and I have wrote all the class intervals here. Now what we have to do is whatever the question, how many values they are giving class intervals doesn't matter, we have to make into 6 columns always. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6, you have to make some 6 columns. Okay, always 6 columns. So now what we have to do in first column is, column is the given data of the frequencies. So this is frequencies itself. First column given data, frequency column. So frequencies as usual, just write it down here. So that is 1, 2, 10. Check it out once. Let us go back to the question and check it out. Check it out. So 1, 2, 10, 4, 10, 9, 2, whatever you have, as it is a copy in our grouping table, second column. So check it out. I have copied as it is. Okay. Now what is mode? Mode is the repeated value or the highest value, right? So highest value here I have got as 10, and it is repeated also. So repeated also we need to consider. How many times repeated? That many times you consider it. So I made a box so that I can identify for the next table. Just I made a box. Means first column frequencies copy as it is. From that highest value you have to make a box. If it is repeated, how many times you repeated? That many times you consider. So here 10 has repeated twice. So I made a box twice here. Okay. Now go for the second column. Second column rule is whatever the first two values are there from the frequencies column, you have to add it up. So that is 1 plus 2 goes to 3. So I made a box to identify properly, because we'll be going on adding 2, 2, 3, 3 like that. So to appear or to understand properly, I'm making it a box here. So 1 plus 2 becomes 3. Clear? So first two values adding is your first target. Next two values. So 10 plus 4. So 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4 you have to do, that is 14 I've got. Like that, next two. So again 10 plus 9. 10 plus 9 goes to 19. So next two. You have any next two? No, single value I have. So single value you should not consider. Second column rule is adding two values. So I don't have any next value here. So leave that 2 as it is. We should not consider for the second column. So now after obtaining the second column values, in that check it out the highest value again. Just now we have done for column 1, right? Similarly for column 2 also identify the highest value. What is the highest from 3, 14 and 19? 19 is the highest, right? So make a small box to that, so that I can go for the next column. Clearly I can understand what is the highest value. Okay. So that is how column 2 will go on. Now let us go for the column 3. In column 3, again the same rule. Two values you have to add up from the frequency column, that is first column. But rule is leave the first value. First value should not consider. That is how grouping will call. Grouping, making into groups. So third column rule is again two you have to add up, but leaving the first value. So 1 you should ignore. So I am removing 1 now. Now only next two values I have to add up, that is 2 and 10. Check it out. 2 and 10 I have added. So 2 plus 10 goes to 12. So in this way you have to add up two values again, but condition is first value you have to leave. So I have left the first value, that is 1 I have left. Next 2 I have added. Again next 2. So next 2 is 4 and 10. Okay. 2 and 10 I have added. Now 4 and 10. So 4 plus 10 goes to 14. Next 2, if it is there. Yes, I have two values here. 9 plus 2 goes to 11. So in this way you have to add up two values, leaving the first value. So I've got column 3. In column 3 again the same rule. Check it out. The highest value what we have, 12, 14, 11, out of that highest value is 14. Make a box to that. So that is how column 3 is obtained. Now let us go for column 4. How to identify column 4? Column 4 rule is first 3 values you have to add. So first 3 values what we have here, 1 plus 2 plus, I make a cross mark here, 1 plus 2 plus 10. Okay, first 3 values, 1 plus 2 plus 10 goes to 13. So fourth column rule is adding 3 values from the beginning. So first 3 values are 1, 2, 10, add up, I got the answer as 13. Now leave 10, I have done up to 10. Next 3 values you have to add up, that is 4, 10, 9. We are making cross marks so that identifying the column will be easier. So what I have to add? 4 plus 10 plus 9. So that goes to 23. Now check it out. Next 3 values you have to add up. Any values are there? No. Only single value we have, that is 2. I can't utilize single value. 3 values are required to make that particular fourth column. So I don't have. Leave that 2 as it is. You should not consider it. Okay. Now again we have to find out the highest value in that particular fourth column. So what we have here, 13 we have and 23 we have. So out of that highest value is 23. So make a box to that highest value. Okay, that is how column 4 is done. Now let us go for the column 5. So column 5 rule is again 3 values you have to add up, but rule is leaving first value. So leave first value, that is 1 you have to omit. You have to leave that. Go for the next 3 values, that is 2 plus 10 plus 4. So 2 plus 10 plus 4 goes to 16. So that is how we'll get the column 5, adding 3 values but leaving the first value. Next up to 4 we have done. Now next 3 values if it is there. Yes, we have 3 values, that is 10 plus 9 plus 2. So 10 plus 9 plus 2 goes to 21. So this is how we'll do the column 5. Now again under column 5 we have to consider the highest value, right? So what is that? 16, 21 we have. Out of 16, 21, 21 becomes the highest. So make a box straight. So this is the column 5 we'll get. Next let us go for the column 6. Column 6 rule is again adding 3 values but leaving first 2. Fourth column 1 we have started 3. Fourth column first 3. Fifth column leave first 1, next 3. Now sixth column adding 3 again but leaving first 2 values. So what we have to leave? 1 we have to leave as well as 2 also we have to leave. So next 3 values you have to add up, that is 10 plus 4 plus 10. So 10 plus 4 plus 10 I have got as 24. If it is there next 3 values you have to add up next 3, but we don't have here single 9 and 2 we don't have the third value, so you should not add up them, we should leave that 2 values. So single value I have got as 24, single value you have, that also you make it as box, that only becomes a value, right? Only value we have, so that only make a box. So this is how we will find out the grouping table. Entire table we have obtained. Now let us go for the analysis table. So how to identify the analysis table is, again you have to make the columns here. First column, whatever the columns we considered in grouping analysis, grouping table, in grouping table the first all the 6 columns make it as into first column, that is 1 to 6 numbers, you just write it down, last total we have to do. So 1 to 6. So the second analysis table will have, always will have 6 rows and the total row. So I have wrote the column numbers 1 to 6. Now let us go for the class intervals. So whatever the class intervals just now we have considered, all that column, first column are class intervals, right? That all class intervals you have to consider into one row, that is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, like that up to 30 to 35, make it into columns. First row, entire row you occupy as class intervals. How many you have got, that many columns you make. So here no rule that 6 columns or 7 columns like that, like previously. Now here whatever the columns we had previously, that all make it into first column, then next 2 columns based on the class interval. So how many class intervals we have, that many columns you make. Now let us go for identifying the analysis table. How to do the analysis table, let us check it out. So here what we have to do is, like first column, let us go back and check it out here. First column, what is the highest value we have? We had only the box values we need to consider here, right? So I'm removing this So let us check it out here. The highest values 10 and 10 we have. That only we need to concentrate here. For that only I made you to do the small boxes. Now all others you not required, only the small boxes whatever we have done, that you need to consider. That is 10 and 10 we have. That 10 for which class intervals we have? Check it out. We have for class interval 10 to 15 as well as 20 to 25. Now in analysis table we need to identify them. So 10 to 15 make a cross mark. Okay. We had the 10 in that particular class interval. So the first column 10 to 15 class interval has been identified, the highest value. So make a cross mark over there. Just to count how many are there, we are making a cross mark over there. Next we have considered 20 to 25 class interval, right? So there also make a cross mark for first column. Okay. Now let us go for the second column. What are the highest values we got for which column? For the second column, which are the highest value we got? For that we need to identify the class intervals. So what is that? 19 we got. 19, it's a calculation for both 10 and 9, right? So both class intervals you need to consider. 19 to 19 box. 10 plus 9 we got as 19. So 10, which class interval? 10 is in 20 to 25 class interval. So there you have to keep a cross mark, as well as 9 also. 9 has got 20 to 25 class interval. So in both the places we need to make a cross mark. Let us check it out in grouping analysis table. Check it out. Second column I have got in 20 to 25, right? So I made a cross mark. Again 25 to 30 also. So I made a cross mark here also. So this is how we'll find out all up to the sixth column. The cross marks we have to go on doing by checking out the highest value in that particular. Now let us go for the third column. Third column, what we have? Highest value. Third column 14 we got. So 14 is intersection of, that is the adding of 4 and 10. So 4 and 10 is here in frequency. Always you have to check it out in frequency column where it falls, and its particular class intervals you have to mark as cross marks. So where we have 4 we have for 15 to 20, and 10 we have for 20 to 25 again. Again also you can get, because then separate rows will be identifying, right? So let us mark it. So first 15 to 20 we have, so make a mark over there, and then second value we have 20 to 25, make a mark in that particular class interval. Okay. Now let us go for the fourth column. So fourth column, which is the highest value we got? Fourth column 23 is the highest value we have. That values comes from 4, 10 and 9. So 4, 10, 9, its class intervals are 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. In all that places we have to make a cross mark. Let us check it out. See, 15 to 20, 20 to 25 and 25 to 30. I made a cross mark. Okay. So in this way we need to go on for the next two columns also. Now let us check it out. The fifth column. Fifth column, what is the highest value you have? 21 we have, right? So for 21, what are the values we have added up? 10, 9 and 2. 10, 9, 2. Its class intervals are 25, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35. We have to make cross marks in that particular class intervals part. So that is your, here check it out for fifth, 20 to 25, 25 to 30 and 30 to 35, make the cross marks. Okay. Similarly, the last column also, let us check it out. Only one value we have, that is 24. For 24 only you have to do the cross marks. So that is for 10, 4 and 10. So where it falls, 10, 4 and 10 means 10, 4, 10 means that is 10 to 15. I am making a cross mark here. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. So let us check it out. See, 10 to 15 and then 15 to 20 and then 25 to 20 to 25. Make a cross mark. Okay. Now go for the total values. Total how to do? In first column any cross marks are there? No. So there is nothing to add. Leave that column. Go for the second column 5 to 10. Any values are there to add up? No. So simply leave that column. Now let us go for the third column. What we have here? Two values we have. So that is for first one cross mark here, one cross mark here. So two values we have, write down it as 2. Okay, simply adding. How many cross marks are there? We are adding up. So 2 I've got here. Next to go for 15 to 20 column. There are 3 cross marks are there. So answer is total is 3. So write down 3. Similarly, 20 to 25 column 6 we have. So write down as 6. Next column only 3 we have. So write down 3. Last column single value we have. Write down as 1. Now in this way we have to do the totals. So in this most highest value you have to consider as a mode class. So what is the highest value in this total? 6 is the highest. So 6 becomes our mode class. So it's a corresponding class interval. 20 to 25 becomes our mode class or modal class. So this is how we'll identify the modal class. By inspection method, we'll take highest value directly from the frequency and we'll go for the formula, right? Here, second method, not the inspection, by doing grouping table and analysis table. In this way, we'll identify the highest value and we'll identify the mode class. Then after identifying the mode class, formula is same how we have done for the inspection method. The same formula will go on. In that we have to substitute and get the answer for mode. Now let us once again check it out how the formula goes on. So we got the mode class, right? 20 to 25 class interval we got. So 20 to 25 where it falls, 20 to 25 becomes a mode class or modal class also we'll call. Okay, so now finding out F1, F0, F2 all are the same how we have done for inspection method. Once again let me remind those who have missed out that video, check it out here. So delta 1, to identify delta 1, let us go for the one more slide and here we'll check it out the formula. So to get the delta 1 formula is mod F1 minus F0, that is delta 1. I'll explain in the table. Next delta 2 is mod F1 minus F2. Now let us discuss this one. In the table, let us go back. Now we got mode class, right? So whatever the mode class we got, that particular 10 becomes F1. Exact F1. Then above value becomes a F0. Preceding value. PCF will write, right? So like that, preceding value F0. Next F2, succeeding value from the F1. That is mode class. So preceding value from the mode class is F0, succeeding value from the mode class is F2. So I've got all these values. Now L I require to get L, lower limit of the mode class. So we got all the values. Now let us, I is as usual 25 minus 20 you do, that is the class intervals. You will get I, that is 5. Now let us go for the formula substitution. Check it out here, all the how we are getting delta 1, delta 2 I have wrote here. You can check it out the steps also. So let us go for the substitution in that delta 1. So delta 1, difference between F1 and F0, right? Mod means if at all you are getting negative values, you have to consider as positive values itself, not the negative. So for that we'll write this mod, straight line, small straight line you write, that is mod we'll call. Okay, so mod. So F1 minus F0, just now we have considered what is F1, what is F0. Let us remind again. F1 is 10, F0 is 4. So 10 minus 4 we need to consider. 10 minus 4 you got as 6. So this is your delta 1. Next go for delta 2. Delta 2, F1 minus F2. F1 is 10, F2 is 9. Subtract it, you got as 1. Okay, delta 1, delta 2 I have obtained. I already we discussed, I is 5 we got. L also we discussed, L is 20. All the values are there in our hand now. Now let us go for the substitution in mode formula. So mode is equal to 20 into 6 by 6 plus 1 into 5. So use your calculator, find out the value. You got mode value as 24.285. So this is how we'll identify or we'll find mode by using analysis and grouping table and analysis table method. Okay, so you will be getting mode for long time. So this method you have to utilize to obtain the mode. I hope you have understood how to identify mode using your grouping table and analysis table. See you in the next class. Thank you.